Good morning. Happy Monday. Monday, January 5th, 2026. And it is 39 degrees. And it's cloudy. We're supposed to be warm again this week. Not in the 70s, but in the 60s. And folks, that is not normal. Not this time of year. And, you know, for someone that has fibro or any kind of weather, immune system problem, this type of weather just doesn't work. Where it's cold one week and warm the next. Maybe since it's still not getting quite up to, 75, maybe it won't be as big a change, but I think that's a lot of the reason why I'm feeling the way I do. And if you look back, probably last year at this time, I probably felt about the same way when the weather kept changing. Sometimes I know I need to be in a climate where it stays even, but I don't know where that is. Other than California, Southern California, and I'm not going there. Yes, I know, we're bouncing up and down, because the road is rough, y'all. If the road is rough, I don't care what I had, it would be bouncing up and down there. Just the way it is. Just the way it is. Alright, I didn't really do much this weekend. We did go to Mooresville Saturday, and I did put up a little short on the barn from Days of Thunder, because I wanted to see it before it falls completely down. Now, I don't know if the owners of that plot of land is just letting it sit there until it does fall down, or he's sitting on it to make money, or what it is. I don't ever see them restoring it because of the location. I mean, it's right in the middle of all these new businesses. One of them being Whataburger. Whataburger. I think it took over the place where Charlie's used to be, and I mean, it's pretty big for a Whataburger. From what I could see, we didn't go, of course. We went to Lancaster's Bar. Or, some people, the city in South Carolina is not pronounced Lancaster, it's pronounced Lancaster. So maybe it's Lancaster's barbecue. I don't know. Should have asked. Anyway, it is what it is. Here we go. Over the humps. Over the humps. The food was delicious, although you got way too much food. As I told y'all earlier, I'm not on any certain program except to just cut back right at this point. I'm trying to cut out sugar. I mean, when I say sugar, I mean sweets. I'm not saying that I'm cutting it out if it's just in there. But right now, I'm cutting it out as far as sweets. No candy, no cakes, no anything like that. And there's no parking places. There's no parking places, y'all. Does that mean I have to go to the top of the hill? I mean, there's nothing. Has nobody left? That's not a good sign if they've not left. It's not a good sign. There's one, but I don't like that one. Well, I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait and talk to y'all. I'm giving up, y'all. I'm going up here to the top of the hill. I need to walk it anyway, right? Right. So that's what I ate. Oh, and this truck's gonna hit me. Don't hit me. Don't hit me. Okay, some of you, I didn't know, somebody hit that fence again. So I saw on Carl's channel, just in case you haven't watched, that JJ's fine. I figured that, or Jay, whatever you want to call him. I figured he was. I know sometimes he deactivates his channel. And people don't seem to understand why others do that, but I can tell you why they do it. They do it so if they're taking a break, they don't get any notifications. People don't comment on them. And, you know, I do wish that people would say I'm taking a break. But that's none of my business. That's up to them if they want to let people know that they're taking a break. But now, you know, Jay's not in it for the money or cares whether he makes any money or not. So, you know, he deactivates. Now, Barum Exposure does the same thing. They deactivate. And like I said, there's reasons behind that, because that way you're not getting people's not watching your channel, leaving comments that you feel you need to respond to. Now, some people don't care. They don't respond to comments. We know who that is. But a lot of us do care. Whether it's just clicking the like or responding, we're acknowledging that we've seen this. And when you're wanting to take a break from YouTube, you really need to deactivate everything. Unless, like I say, you're in it to make money. See, that light comes on when I take the key out. It thinks I'm going somewhere. I am. I'm going to work. All right, just so you know, short conversation about the lipstick. Some of you were talking to me about the Lancome lipstick. Now, once again, just so you know, everything is always linked in the box, the description box. I tag it through YouTube if I can. If it's available, I will tag it through YouTube. Now, I think what happens when you tag through YouTube, it's hard to tag a specific color. I usually try to put in the description box what the shade is, if I know. And so I brought it with me today. And I'm going to put it in the video. Okay, this is the Lancome L'Absolu Rouge Intimatte lipstick. This is shade 121. 121 Brown Sans Filtre. And I know it's going to be backwards. I will put it up on the screen. But that's the shade that this is. It is what I have on. And I applied the Buxom lip oil on top in White Russian. And that's it. Foundation, LWYA stick foundation, eyeshadow, Decay, Urban Decay, Naked 3 Mini, setting powder, that MCO Beauty that is copying Charlotte Tilbury, the compact that I was going to show y'all and I never did, or if I did, I don't remember it. And mascara is the Lancome Idole. It is like the one I got the other day, but it's not that one. It was another one I had. No primer, just the mascara, top and bottom lashes. Bronzer is Milani powder bronzer, and blush is MAC Gingerly. Brow pencil, which I hardly ever talk about, is a Revlon one. Speaking of brows, looks like that Anastasia is having to I want to say reformulate, but that's not it. You know, they're having to, they got some debts. And there's some saying they're trying to push out Anastasia herself. May already have, I'm not sure. But anyway, I know they had some investors, and I reckon they borrowed money to do all this stuff, and it hasn't sold like they thought it would. You know, Anastasia was really big back in 2015, 2016. Probably started dying down after that Modern Renaissance palette had run its course. And, you know, with brow products, you can only do so much. And they needed to venture out, and they have ventured out. And I do think the products they have are probably pretty good. But there's so much competition, y'all. It's hard. Their palettes have not been, they've been fine, but just nothing, you know. There's so many palettes out there now, and so many people are wanting to go natural. So, unless you're young, but when you get up to about 40 now, you don't see color like you once did. Now it's more neutrals. I like to wear color occasionally, but not every day. So, I don't know. That's right, I said it again. But I did pretty good this video, I think. I didn't say it much. Because I'm not talking about you know who. All right, y'all. I gotta go. Love you. Bye.